Good morning, everybody. This is King Harp. I am saying good morning to you, and I'm coming to talk to the Asian community, and black people too. But good morning, slave descendants. I do have self preservation. It's 45 million of us in the country, and we are overdue our political incentives. We're overdue our respect, of course, and we're such a beautiful group that have been exploited in so many ways. Right now, we're experiencing the coronavirus and COVID-19, so we need to all be safe. We do understand a lot of black kids don't understand being entertained by knowledge due to the narrative that was written up for us, but now it's time to pay attention. Stay with your families, obey your people. But this is for Asians, what I'm going to say today. Asian people that are considered Americans now through our blood lineage, through our birthright citizenship, coming here as a buffer class, trying to demise our experience as American Negro. Stop asking Congress for our damn tax dollars. You set up shop all over this country with your businesses, with your establishment. You threw black people on the floor, our black women, trying to fight them, trying to kill our children, feeding us, which I don't want none of your food now, and I'm actually advocating against you and your establishment. It's already failed because you've been playing with the livestock, and coronavirus came from China. You fed us in your establishment through a bulletproof glass. How about I can say, I don't want any lemon chicken. I don't want any lemon rat. I don't want any sesame chicken or sesame bat. Whatever you put in it because you've been paying with the livestock. I don't want to get sick. And I'm going to tell you something. This is called karma. Because you plant a bad seed, you reap a bad crop. There's something greater happening here. There's a bigger picture. There's a shifting in the society due to what you have done by your own actions. Now, I'm not saying every Asian person is like that, but in the masses, you are. And you have been a terrible effect among my people inside your establishment, and we are the success. We are the pitching of your success of who we are. I mean, not only just by buying stuff and supporting your businesses like we were doing, not only by that, but the fact that you are able to come here and wear our uniform in terms of being an American. And we live under America due to the fact that we've been forced away by a militant force. We had beautiful neighborhoods. Black Wall Street was burned from the air. Rosewood was destroyed. The Black Panthers was devoured through militant force. We were handled in a militant way, which denied us a political access inside the society and made us live under American, and we're actually not Americans in terms of the federal government website. We are considered the bottom class and financially and subservient to the workforce and the society as an ex-slave and the heirs of slaves. People who built the country. My family built the country. The blood sacrifice, the blood lineage in my veins built the society. And we have built it adjacent to wealth, and we built the society and created the country's origin. We force morality in the government so that you come here and that you have a chance in the first world to eat milk and honey. We are your bread and water. Not only by buying stuff from you, but allowing you to access our lineage in terms of a country. Our constitutional rights have been violated in many ways, in a few ways, not only by first withholding our inheritance that everybody else got. Even the Japanese got reparations. Even the Indians got reparations. White people got reparations when they lost slaves. I mean, everybody. The Latinos are getting sanctuary cities, and then what they do is make a brand out of every group to further demise the experience of the American Negro and the heirs of slaves. that we had to fight through Jim Crow, forcing morality in the government so that other people have a chance to survive in the first world nation, and we're living in third world elements in the masses, in communities, in places of living like the ghetto in the hood, where you set up shop and collect and greed, and get greedy, and then start buying property and housing and stuff. You see, we know what's going on. And then now you have a rhetoric that's disdaining toward black people, and you speak in a very derogatory way. I had an Asian guy on YouTube to tell me that black people got a low IQ. And you know what I said to him? Black people don't have a low IQ. Black people have been mishandled in terms of thievery, political theft, and intellectual thievery. Because let me tell you something, I ain't never seen a Chinese man do what MLK did. I ain't never seen a Chinese woman do what Mary Jane McLeod Bethune did. And if you don't know who she is, look her up. Look it up. She has a college after her name. She had almost 16 degrees. She was the first woman that did that was in the White House that spoke over a organization in the White House. Her name was Mary Jane McLeod Bethune, and I know her niece. Her niece is a friend of my family from Piney Woods, Mississippi, Country Life School. Okay? Mary Jane McLeod Bethune has a beach after her name and a college. And she was a black woman, a descendant of slave. I've never seen a Chinese woman do nothing like Ida B. Wells. A black woman created the GPS. So this guy telling me that black people had a low IQ, I had to remind him and inform him who we really are. Because he's allowed to say that because he's been forced and catapulted into a buffer class to demise my experience as an ex-slave or heirs of slaves, according to what this country has allowed. And they sanction our demise as slaves to make a country wealthy as a human being. And they owe us, just like every other group, have been paid and have been catapulted into a brand. That hasn't happened for us. This is why we are. And as furthermore, I've never seen a Chinese woman even do what Oprah did and become prime television. Even though we are disdain with Oprah and Gayle King, we are. But yet that has nothing to do with her legacy of being a scholar. We're the best scholars throughout the global diaspora. Now you got your Chinese children here and you sending them to our Ivy Leagues and using our birthright citizenship and also sending them to HBCUs. But you got one guy and a few telling me I have a low IQ as a black person. A little Chinese guy that was, I think, 24, 25-year old, and he speaks with all of this gratitude, and he has a lot of forensics analysis. He has a lot of analysis, and he talks, and he thinks he's white, and he has a lot going on. There's a big house behind him, and he's such an airish and beautiful soul, and he's got all of this whimsy and everything going on, and tells me I have a low IQ. I've never seen a Chinese man become the first world American dad like Bill Cosby. Now, Bill Cosby, of course, he's incarcerated for something they can't even prove, however, that has nothing to do with his legacy and his craftsmanship. That's not a person with a low IQ. He's a descendant of slavery. I've never seen a Chinese man do what Ben Carson did, the Republican that stand beside Donald Trump over Homeland Security or what have you. DHS. You know why? Because he's a descendant of slave and he doesn't have a low IQ. That's why. You see, these people telling us stuff and going with narratives and giving us, being derogatory toward us and don't even know who we are. That's first and foremost, let alone them affecting us in their businesses. So I'm not in any type of benevolence due to your loss. And I don't want rat or I don't want bat. So no thank you. I don't need no sesame bat and no lemon rat. What you call sesame chicken and lemongrass chicken. I don't want it. Black women, cook your own food. Let's start being a brand for ourselves and get the government to respect us and stand together and be in politics. Because that's what's going on. You guys, Chinese people trying to flex your political muscle, stop begging our Congress for our tax dollars. Because this is not your country of origin necessarily. And do not tell the president that he's being racist and we are being xenophobic because we recognize the coronavirus came from China. Because you guys been playing with the livestock and you've been playing with it here too. We got you caught on camera cooking rats a few times. All kinds of stuff, bugs, whatever you want to cook. Don't nobody need to eat that food. I don't want no more. No more Chinese. No more Chinese. No more Chinese. No more Chinese. Now, say something about it. I'm not the president. But guess what? I'm an American. And I am the soul of America. I'm the belly of America. My blood lineage is the flesh of the country that made it sprout muscle. You understand that? So we have to understand that, who we are. And I'll tell Chinese people right now, stop with the begging. Get it how you live. You've been throwing people around in your establishments, lying on people, stealing from us, all in our communities, never giving back, greedy, 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 greedy. I ain't never seen no Chinese woman do what the woman did who created GPS. So don't tell me we got a low IQ. You remember NASA spaceship, Hidden Figures? I ain't seen no Chinese people do that either. You are allowed to be in IT. And you saw it as a brand and a craft. And you in your country go to school 7 days a week. So you're sharpening your people in that sense. It's not because you're smarter and you haven't been allowed to be above a class off of our legacy and Dr. King's regime in terms of you being an immigrant coming here in the first world. Why are you here? Since you so much and since you know so much and living off of what we built, an established and developed society built by slaves, kingship, that's who we are. And we're a very peculiar group of people and you know nothing about us. Okay? So stop with the mess and no, don't want your food and we don't need your food and it's time out. You plant a bad seed, you reap a bad crop, period. So stop with it. Stop coming in the news media trying to say we don't need to be saying the coronavirus came from China. You're a damn fool. It came from China. And stop playing with the livestock. I don't want, like I said, I don't want no lemon rat and I don't want no sesame bat. Okay? And furthermore, the United States of America government need to cut the check for the descendants of slaves so that we can get ourselves right when the economy is back rolling. We're not letting the ball drop, okay? Because we are due. There's a debt owed, and my constitutional rights have been violated, and other people are stealing my blood lineage. And one is China people, and other groups, all groups, as a matter of fact. East Indians, we're not sleep on you. Arabs either. Coming here buying businesses and trying to demise the experience of the American Negro. Well, there's a shifting in the nation. And like I said, you plant a bad seed, you reap a bad crop. Okay? So thank you for joining me. This is who we are. We are your backbone. Bread and water. We created you guys' success, and it can't be taken away. Thank you for joining me. King Hart. And cut the check.